The technology required to put in place a channel can often seem confusing and sometimes overwhelming. In such a nascent field, terms and acronyms are sometimes used interchangeably and inaccurately create more confusion. The technology required to run an indirect sales and marketing organization can be categorized in four distinct areas: partner relationship management, also known as PRM, co-marketing platforms, or through channel marketing automation, which is the correct term, TCMA as it is known in the industry, MDF platforms for managing marketing funds, and finally, rewards and incentive platforms. Part of the confusion arises from the fact that any or all of these technologies can be referred to as a partner portal, and novices coming into the channel end up not really knowing what to buy, and sometimes implementing the wrong solution. The benefits of implementing these technologies are that they enable the vendor to grow their partner business in a way that is confident, predictable, and scalable across regions. PRM is a variation of CRM, but designed with partners in mind, within the context of indirect selling. Some of the key aspects of PRM have the access vendor collateral, as well as having the ability to register a deal. So many buyers have been investing in fully fledged PRM solutions just so as to be able to register partner deals. Deal registration is when a partner secures the rights on a deal or opportunity and safeguards it from other channel partners or from the vendor taking the deal directly. This process wins the partner greater security as well as an increased margin. For the vendor, the benefit is pipeline visibility, and in some cases also the opportunity to help a partner win the deal. PRM nowadays, however, goes so far beyond these basic features. Today, PRM enables channel managers to be able to take a partner through the full journey, from being recruited into the partner program to helping the partner get the required orientation, the enablement, the certifications, and appropriate sales and marketing support. Many PRM companies furnish all components within their package. However, not all do everything equally well. More often than not, vendors that have done their due diligence will end up buying the right software platform for each specific function. And it is not unusual to have a major vendor that has several SaaS contracts with specialist suppliers for each of these specific functions. MDF platforms are software platforms specifically designed to manage the process of marketing funds, the requests, approvals, and disbursements. They typically handle traditional rebates and co-op funds, as well as discretionary MDF funds. Discretionary MDF funds is the more common approach to MDF these days. And the two things are not mutually exclusive. You can have both the MDF and the rebate approach. Rewards and incentive platforms are really important for the successful motivation of the channel and are designed to provide incentive benefits to the reseller company, but more especially to the sales representatives themselves. This often takes the form of accruing loyalty points or reward points, redeemable against the catalog also provided within the framework of the platform. Today, I will be focusing my discussion on TCMA software. TCMA software, co-marketing platforms as they're known, are essentially marketing automation tools designed with co-marketing in mind. In other words, they enable partners to co-brand with their vendors. Well, this is a very fast-growing field. Vendors typically create a variety of ready-packaged campaigns to suit the various types of partners and end-user markets. Having these marketing campaigns ready-loaded enables a vendor to have a velocity approach to getting partners to engage and launch marketing actions with minimal cost or work to themselves. According to Forrester, the TCMA software will grow to $1.2 billion by 2023 at an annual compound growth rate of 25.2%. They also predict that another $1.3 billion will be generated in services at the same time. All of these partner-oriented technologies, TCMA is the easiest one to be able to show ROI. Attempting through-channel marketing without a platform is really hard and kind of nonsensical. The platform is central to your program's marketing enablement. Of course, many partners will choose to politely decline the offer of using your platform, and this is for one of two reasons. They don't want you to have or to see their data, and maybe they also have a preferred platform in-house, like HubSpot or Marketo. In these cases, the value of a third-party agency being involved in the process is that a trusted buffer is provided as a layer of trust, and this is often sufficient to allow the reseller to collaborate and share data. Additionally, I recommend developing a workflow to move data and knowledge in compliance with GDPR. This will help you navigate the partner relationship more confidently and professionally. If the reseller refuses to share data at any cost, they may accept, however, to share the outcomes only, the actual results of the campaigns, without disclosing company names or contact names. You should include these in your overall performance dashboards. The results are very valuable, even if they won't share the data. And under GDPR, sharing the data is a complex issue. The biggest benefits of TCMA are that it provides you with the basis of a partnership collaboration platform that you can drive. And most importantly, it gives you this visibility of that channel pipeline. Despite the idea of being in a partnership, both the vendor and the reseller usually work in silos, but expect mutually beneficial results. It's only when you actually invest time and effort at creating joint initiatives that you consummate the partnership and can really say that you partner together. TCMA platforms provide this foundation for joint activities. The investment vendors make in brand development and campaign strategy can become essential components in the business strategy of the reselling partner. Moreover, partners can boost their business dramatically through this level of facilitation, being able to deploy digital, social, and traditional campaigns within a GDPR-sanctioned context and at an unprecedented speed of deployment. A committed partner can launch a marketing tactic per week with minimal investment of time and without the need to invest in building up its marketing team beyond what makes sense to them. This kind of activity inevitably means brand building for the partner, and especially it means a significant influx of leads for the benefit of their commercial teams. TCMA is considered best practice. It is supported by the analysts and is now widely utilized by most major enterprises, and smaller technology vendors are following through. Our organization was one of the first in the world to implement co-marketing as a structured process 20 years ago. We have deployed these systems and procedures in some of the world's largest enterprises. One example of a successful partner relationship management and through channel marketing automation is encased in our partner-to-partner ecosystem process, or P2P ecosystems, as we call it. This case study looks at creating a holistic partner strategy to include non-transactional partners and specifiers. When looking at your partner strategy, it is essential to think beyond linear sales distribution. In the early days of commercial sales channels, the setup was very straightforward. You would appoint a distributor, a wholesaler, right? And you would run the majority or the entirety of your business of your reselling business entirely through them, without any direct engagement with the resellers. Well, that was fine for the earlier age of demand-driven, commoditized product movement. Today, so much of the technology sector business is based on complex solution selling. Thus, there has been an incredible development in the sophistication of channel strategy. Right at this point of inflection, I had the privilege to engineer and execute a disruptive innovation in channel strategy for one of the world's largest computer companies, encompassing software, middleware, and hardware. The premise was that no matter how strong the brand might be, your channel partners risk losing deals when close to the finish line because they're not sufficiently prepared and often had not considered influencers and specifiers, which really form the broader partner ecosystem. When selling into particular market niches, this ecosystem of actors needs to be taken into consideration. These include technical consultants, business process consultants, legacy service providers, complementary software vendors, and other kinds of trusted advisors. The fundamental idea was this: not to leave things to chance. Let us prepare, cultivate the right relationships, appropriate for each market niche, and send a partner to the front line, fully equipped and alongside an unbeatable partner ecosystem. This way, we turn potential opponents into allies from the get-go. When business partners face the final hurdle of the sales cycle in front of the CIO or the data center director, they no longer entered an arena with hope and doubt. They went in with the certainty of delivering a silver bullet, having the endorsement of those non-transactional partners that really count within that niche. For example, a hardware partner would be stronger alongside the industry's preferred software vendor and the relied upon consulting voices within this non-transactional channel. This was the birth of the concept of partner-to-partner ecosystems. The next big step was to turn this idea into a repeatable, scalable process. For the idea to have the impact we wanted, it had to be industrialized. Again, TCMA systems really pivotal and foundational. We started by building a database of possible complementary partners, profiled it in depth, and determining strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for each one. An algorithm was then parsed them all to stack rank their suitability in relation to each one of the partners. This electronic data processing approach enabled partners to be presented with the most suitable matches out of a database of maybe 10,000 companies. It was like a matchmaking service, a little bit like a dating agency. A specialized partner marketing concierge would then facilitate a pairing conference call. And then when there was positive consensus, they would then follow through and take charge of driving the relationship forward. Often new partnerships do not take off despite the initial enthusiasm because both partners are very busy just running their business. They don't have the time to take stock. That's where a concierge approach is the difference between success and failure. I cannot stress enough how critical it is for the vendor to work with an agency as a neutral third party through which to drive the new relationship. The partner marketing concierge steps in to help formulate the joint business plan and holds both sides accountable for their portion of the inputs. The initial objective is to harvest new opportunities from the collective initial install base, particularly the install base of the partners and the consulting partners. Subsequently, the concierge will help define the conjoint value proposition and launch several new customer acquisition campaigns. These campaigns can be funded from marketing development funds, MDF, or through distribution, contra revenue in general, adding to the flexibility and ease of program deployment. Consider that this procedure opens up brand new greenfield revenue streams. It allows vendors to use partner ecosystems to penetrate white space. This is extremely powerful when driven at scale and was unprecedented until the time that we launched it. Given that this is net new revenue, it is easy to justify additional sales incentives to the partners. Sales incentives are an essential component. Partners should be incentivized to detect and declare new opportunities, and they should have generous bonuses upon closing new deals. We would base it on a 5% closing bonus on top of their regular margins, at least. TCMA is foundational in a program like this one, but rewards and incentive platforms and deal registration, they all need to be properly orchestrated. Partner-to-partner ecosystem building is such an effective and still overlooked strategy, astonishingly so, since it produces millions of dollars when correctly managed. Our company produced $500 million of greenfield net new revenue business annually on this project, with a team of only 30 partner marketing concierge agents. As a technology vendor, think ahead about what would form an exciting and dynamic partner ecosystem. This will help elevate your partnerships to new heights.